Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is my second time going live, doing it scared. First time going to make a candlestick arrangement, kind of nature inspired. First of all, you're watching Inspired by My Angel, CLM, and my name is Elaine. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. So first off, I'll show you what we're going to be working on. I've got this candlestick. I already went ahead and put the foam. I just glued that with a little E2000 and hot glue. And then when I placed it down, any of the glue that was oozing out, I went ahead and put a little bit of moss to cover that. So that's how far I've come so far. I want to create something that can be used every day, and I have a vision in my head. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring that to fruition, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to be using a bird's nest. Also, I have this small sparrow that I'll be putting in there. I went ahead and attached a U-pin to the back of the nest with a little bit of glue that I'm going to be inserting here into our foam. So this is going to be our focal point. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get that attached. I'm just dipping it in a little bit of glue. And inserting it into the foam. I'm going to go ahead and get my bird. I want him perched right here on the edge of our nest.
Say hi.
Hi, Greg. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's appreciated more than I can express. So I'm just going to go ahead. I put a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to attach him here. I'm just going to hold him for a second. Okay, the other idea that I had, I wanted to create somewhat of, I don't know what you call it, an orb is what I call it. So I pulled apart one of my grapevines that I had, and I just got a few pieces that I have here. So we're going to try to do this. This is what I'm visioning. We'll see if I can make it happen. So what I would like to do is just create a focal point in this design. So I'm going to stick each end of this cut off pieces of grapevine. And then I'm just going to bring my glue. We just hold that for a second.
Jan Cashmore.
Hi, Jan. Thank you. I'm so glad you could make it. My plan doesn't seem to be working. Let me try this again. I think maybe a U-pin would help secure that. Okay, let me just cut this down. Don't need it to be very long. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this. It just put that U-pin in there on either side. Cut it down, cut this one down too. Okay, that seems to be secure. Okay. Now what I'm thinking is I want another piece to come across here. So let me just trim these pieces down. We get the first piece glued, this end. And I'll get the U-pin.
Looks like it's freezing up.
I thought I wanted to create this, but I maybe should have done something that I was a little more familiar with. Okay, I got that U-pin in. I'm just going to turn this. You just hold that for a second. It's kind of the look I'm going for. I think I'll get one more U-pin and secure that.
Yeah, it's freezing up. Suzanne's here.
Hi, Suzanne. Thank you. Okay. So this is kind of what I was going for, was just to create this orb around the bird and this being my focal point. So I think the next thing that I'd like to do is establish a line for the design. So I've got this, I had this bush right here, and I just took a few pieces off of it just to give me the drape that I'm looking for. Okay, I like that. Let's get another piece. Okay, we'll create opposite another piece right back here. Okay, I like that. It's got another couple of pieces of this in.
Greg's leaving because it's snowing there and it's freezing up. I think it's alright.
Oh, okay, Greg, I understand. Thank you for coming, though.
I'll watch the
Thank you, Greg. Okay, so I've got another piece coming down on that side. And one thing I've learned is to just go opposite to create a balance. So that's what I'm attempting to do now. Okay, so I've got that in place. Then I also have some of this fern, which is all wired, just to bring in another texture. Cut this down. And we'll get some of this in there. Making sure we bend it. We don't want it to be too stiff. It wouldn't be that way in nature. I think I got this at Deco Exchange. It's just a small individual pieces. Okay, so we've got one there. We come in between these two over here. And I apologize if my head gets in your way. I will move out of the way so that you can see it. So we've got another piece here. And I'm going to come back here with a third. Just cut this stem a little shorter. Okay, so I've got those placed. You can see that. I hope you can see okay. Let me know if you're able to see. Just give me a thumbs up and that will let me know. Pull off some of my glue strings. Now I have this other bush. Has just a hint of purple. It goes nicely with this drapey. I'm not exactly sure what this particular trailer is, but I'm going to add just a little bit of this to the base to cover that up. Cover up our floral moss. Our floral foam, excuse me. I think I'm a little more nervous than I realized. Okay, so I've got that in there. Let me just grab a couple more pieces. I'll try not to keep you too long here. I'm going to come in back of the nest where I have that on a slight angle. I'm just going to use a few pieces of that to fill in right behind the nest. So let me cut a couple more pieces off. What's everyone doing today? Staying home and relaxing? I'm located in Central Florida, so it's pretty nice here. I know a lot of you are getting bad weather. So is it a kind of stay in the house and bake or make a stew, some homemade chili? Okay, so that covered that up nicely. Let's get another piece in. A few more. You come right in here. And I need to get a little bit more right over here in this section. And then we'll start adding some longer pieces. I have a beautiful mixed bush that I'm going to be using. I'm just dipping my ends in the, it's a electric fry pan that I got at Walmart that I just put my glue sticks in. I use both my glue gun and the skillet. I have a tendency to get less burns with my skillet, so that's predominantly what I like to use. Okay, so if you can see that, you can't really see our floral foam at this point. Maybe I need to tuck one more right in here.
Barbara said she's staying in the house making homemade chili. Terrible weather yet.
Oh, Barbara. Terrible weather. Where are you located? But chili sure sounds good. If I was still in Rhode Island, is where I'm originally from, and it was a cold winter day, that's what I'd be doing. Okay, so I've pretty much just turned that for you. I've pretty much got that so that you can't see any of that floral foam. Now let me show you. This is the bush, which is, I think, is lovely. It's got a little bit of white that's going to pick up on our bird and our candlestick. And I just want to add a few of these pieces coming up and going down.
Barbara's in Kentucky.
Oh, Barbara, Kentucky is getting bad weather? I don't know why. I thought Kentucky was milder. I didn't realize they got wintry weather. Let me go behind the bird. We'll get a little bit of height going on in the back. I like that. I like this because it has berries, it has these tiny florals, a variety of greenery, different shading, which I think creates a lot of interest. So we've got that piece placed. Let's go over here and place another. Or actually, I'm going to come diagonally across. That.
Suzanne's expecting 11 inches of snow.
Oh my gosh, Suzanne. 11 inches of snow? Wow. You're going to be housebound. Okay, so I'm coming diagonally. This helps me to stay on track if I design this way. Just let that drape down. I love it. Okay, now I'll come over here. So there really isn't going to be too much to this design. I think we need to keep it fairly simple. Oh, I have my other half, Joe, is reading comments for me. I would never be able to do this. Create and watch comments. So a big thank you out to Joe for helping me.
Brian Perkins here.
Hi, Brian. You said you'd be my cheerleader. I'm so glad that you made it.
Your video's hot.
They said that?
I can see it.
Oh. I apologize. Joe just said that it looks like the video quality is not very good. I'm not sure
Freezing.
why it's freezing like that.
I'm getting slow internet here.
It seems like my internet is a little bit slow. But what we're working on is a candlestick arrangement, Brian. You're just joining. I have never done one before. I absolutely love them. And I just wanted to do one nature inspired. So I'm using the nest and the bird, and I've added some grapevine twigs that I pulled apart a grapevine and just created this little bit of an orb for my focal point.
Some of them are saying they're not having a problem.
Oh, you're not having a problem? Great. I know Greg was on and he had to leave, but he said he's getting a lot of snow in his area. And I believe Greg is in Tennessee. He'd catch my replay. So I hope it continues to be okay and you can see everything all right. Okay, like I said, and then when I cut these, I make sure I give them a bend to give them some movement. You don't want them to just be straight. I think I'm going to come underneath the fern that we placed.
Brian sprinkled.
Thank you, Brian. It's much appreciated for sprinkling this. And I think the white florals is nice complement to our candlestick. Okay, I need to come in this area over here. This is a beautiful bush. It's got such a nice mix. I believe I got this from Kali. It was quite some time ago because I've put myself since the first of the year on a spending freeze. I am in a design group and the coaches say use what you have. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. If I turned this camera around and I showed you, I have so much product and there's no reason why I need to be buying more. So I'm using what I have.
Brian asked people to sprinkle and follow. He said it's your first live.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. Yes, please like and follow my page. Share it with others. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Sprinkle it with friends that may enjoy watching.
Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. Dustin, you're too funny with those slippers that you knitted.
Somebody else.
Hmm?
Somebody else posted that.
Okay, so I think I've got enough of that. I'm liking the way that's falling, but I do want to get a little bit more fern. I had taken apart. This was a piece that I had gotten from Kali that had a nice mix. You could get several cuts from it. So I did cut this up a little bit. So just to add a little bit more texture. Let's see how this would work. I think that would look nice. Or should I bring it up? Give it some height. Maybe I'll bring it up top just to give it a little bit of height. As you can see, I've never done this before, so I'm talking to you as I'm letting this go through my head. Okay, so if I've got that piece there, I think I need to bring something down in this area.
Dustin sprinkled you all over.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate you doing all the things. Okay, I'm going to come right in here. And it's amazing how much product you can put into that small piece of foam. You just pull off some of my glue strings.
Big one in the back right there.
Thank you. I just pull them off and drop them back in my glue skillet. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is take just a little piece of bind wire and I'm going to attach these two branches together.
Kathy Hoffman showed up.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining.
Sandy Cameron.
Hi, Sandy. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm just taking that bind wire. It's the same color. It's like a paper wrapped, comes in a big roll like this. And just to secure those pieces of grapevine that I placed on the top. And I'll just tuck that under.
He's getting snow, ice, and windy in Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, North Carolina is getting ice and snow? Wow. I can't believe it. Okay, I'm just going to stand back and take a look. I think this can come up a little bit.
Brian says,
Pardon?
Brian says you seem very relaxed and very good on camera. The stage loves you, darling.
Brian, you're too much. Thank you. Okay, I think we need to do a little bit more back here. But I don't think I want to add any more of the florals because I did want to maintain natural feel for this design. Just kind of woodsy.
Doreen McCabe, we got tornadoes here in Florida. We had warnings.
Oh, Doreen, whereabouts in Florida are you located? I'm in Central Florida in Lady Lake, and we had warnings, but there wasn't anything here. That was earlier this morning. I think the tornado watches were up until 8:30 this morning.
Brian wants to know if it'll be on your Etsy page.
This will be on my Etsy page, yes. I should have this listed tomorrow.
Doreen's in Cape Coral.
Cape Coral, so that's south of me. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes north of Orlando. I'm not exactly sure where Cape Coral is, but I'm thinking that you're quite a bit south of me. And probably on the East Coast, and they did say that weather was heading in that direction. I'm in Lake County.
Dylan Palmer's here.
Dylan Palmer is here? Dylan, I love to watch you. Thank you so much for joining.
Doreen, Cape Coral, south of Tampa.
Okay, you're south of Tampa. Yeah. It's beautiful down there. So I want to get just a little bit more height back here behind our bird. And just a little more texture. Just trying to create a little bit of interest.
Doreen said, thank you, your arrangement is beautiful.
Thank you, Dylan. I can hear your voice. Can we talk? Your designs are gorgeous. Okay, and because I have that going up, I still want to get another fern coming in down this way. This is only the second arrangement I've ever made, and the first time using a candlestick.
Brian, LOL, can we talk?
Yeah, can we talk? That's Dylan's favorite saying.
Doreen says Dylan's sense of humor is great.
Yes, he has a wonderful sense of humor. Okay, I just want to stand back. I think this needs to be more in a downward position here. And it's so nice when you use quality greenery and florals. Everything is wired and you can just move it wherever you want. Okay, let me get out of your way. This is what we have so far. I'll just turn that for you. Pardon? No. Yeah, Joe's going to just zoom the camera in a little bit so you can see. Hopefully that's better. You can just see where we attached our grapevine pieces. We've got a nice variety of greenery, adding a lot of interest and texture. Also various shades. We've got some lime green, the deep green, some that has like a little bit of that plum in it. I'm liking the way it looks.
Liz Cochran.
Hi, Liz. Thank you.
And Doreen says, can you tell us a little something about you?
Okay, something about me, Doreen. My journey with wreath making began in September of 2020. Due to the nasty virus that we have, I lost my job. I worked in a small ladies' boutique, a consignment shop. I absolutely loved it. And when we had the mandatory shutdown in March of 2020, we went back to work that May, and she was struggling with being shut down. And we all, 6 of us that worked for her, went back taking no pay from her. We just wanted to see her succeed. And we were able to work until August, and she finally had to make the decision to close the door. So I found myself unemployed. I only worked part-time, but I enjoyed it very much. So I'm probably going to get too windy here, so I'll try to speed it up a little bit for you. So anyway, it was August. I did a few things around the house. I said, oh, maybe I could put out my fall wreath. And my fall wreath had seen better days. I always, purchase my wreaths. I never had made a wreath before in my life. I went to YouTube. I started watching DIYs, ran to the craft store, bought some supplies, and came home and I made my very first wreath, and it actually came out nice. But what was special about it was while I was creating that wreath, I experienced such a joy that I never would have known how much I would enjoy doing this. And it's just been, after that, joined a couple of design classes with Julie Samako, Kali. I'm now in a design class with Dustin Gibson, and also taking some business coaching. And it's a wonderful journey. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I just can't make enough wreaths, and now trying my hand at centerpieces. And my story gets a little more involved, and I have shared that. I lost my daughter at the age of 22 years old, my only child. And what I had done was, after losing her, when the first Christmas came, my grief was very new at the time, and I just thought, what am I going to do? How can I go on? So to incorporate Sherry into my Christmas, I decided that I would place a Christmas tree at her grave. I would make angels and hang them on her tree, and put a laminated card and ask anyone who was just visiting someone in the cemetery, and they were just curious and walked over like, why is this big Christmas tree sitting in front of this gravestone? And I started giving away angels, and that helped so much. It was so healing for me to do that. And the same experience I had making this first wreath back in September was very similar to the joy I experienced giving away angels in Sherry's memory. So I felt as though it was Sherry. I talk to her daily. She's very present in my life, and I feel as though she pushed me in this direction, and that's why the name of my shop, my Etsy shop, and my channel is inspired by my angel, and those are Sherry's initials. So that's a little bit more probably than what you wanted to hear, but that's a little bit about me. I apologize for getting so windy. Okay, let's get back to this. I have some pit berries that I thought I would just like to add here and there, and they have just a little tiny bit of glitter on them, and I like sparkle. So I think I'm going to add those, and we're going to be done. And again, thank you so much for each of you being here. I appreciate you more than I can express. And if you like what you've seen, please like and follow my business page. I'm also on YouTube, if you would do that. And share. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that. I don't know why we're not supposed to say that. But share. There I go again. Sprinkle this with people who perhaps are like-minded and would enjoy watching DIYs. In my business group, we've been told that what we need to do is to make our presence known. And so for the beginning of the year, I've decided that I will do a live once a week to start. And that will be every Sunday afternoon at 1:30. So if you want to mark that on your calendar, I would greatly appreciate it. Come and join me. Like I said, this was the first time that I've ever tried to create an arrangement on a candlestick. I hope I've been clear and explained why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's from what I'm learning in my Dustin's design class, which that's another thing. If you think you're going to be taking up and haven't as yet the art of wreath making, I highly encourage you to check out Dustin Gibson's design. There's 3 coaches, Donna on a whim, and Brian Lane and Dustin. And we learn fresh florals, crafting. There's a little bit of everything, and I can't tell you enough how much it's helped me. So check that out. That might be something you're interested in.
Etsy sale.
Pardon?
Etsy sale.
I don't know what you're saying.
Your Etsy sale.
My Etsy sale. I don't know what you're saying, Joe.
You started a sale in your Etsy shop.
Oh, okay. And I do have an Etsy store. So if anybody watching, if you want to check that out, it's inspired by my angel, CLM. And I just started a sale today. Free shipping on any orders over $80. And take a look and just give my shop a heart. And that way there you'll be notified when I put anything new in there. I would appreciate that. I know I'm asking an awful lot, aren't I? I apologize if it's sounding a little car salesman here, but all of these things that I've asked and that others on here have done are things that will help my small business grow, and it helps each of us. When you give a like, when you give a heart, when you sprinkle it with others, when you follow, these are all things that all they require you to do is push a button. And I'm not saying you need to make a purchase. If you do, that would be fabulous. But that's how you can help. Not only me, but all of the people out there that are trying to be successful in the small business online. So keep that in mind when you're watching people, and share them with others. And I just used that word again.
Joan Brandon Sprinkle.
Thank you, Joan. Okay, what do you think? Do you think the pip berries are working? They kind of look like the grapevine a little bit. So I've got a couple there. Let me just put in, I'm just going to add them. And the thing is, you put them in, and if you don't like it, you take them out. So this is my first time. We're doing this together. I think I want to get one in right down here. So I'm just going to try to make some room. And I've got one more, so we might as well put it in. And I think because I've got two going in that direction, we'll do two here, and we've got one like that, just trying to maintain a balance of some sort.
Joan sprinkled and Suzanne sprinkled all over Canada.
Thank you for sprinkling in Canada. It means so much to me. Thank you. Okay, so I think we've got a pretty good balance going. I think we've showcased our little bird. I think that's it. It certainly doesn't need a bow. So, let me know if you like it. How do you think I did? Any comments would be greatly appreciated. As I said, I've committed to this. I'm going to be going live and sharing with each of you as I take this newfound journey. And hopefully it's going to lead me to success. It certainly gives me joy. I've already received that. And I'm hoping to be able to continue doing this. I'm a little late to the party. I'm a little older. I wish I had discovered my love for this earlier in my life. But hey, it's never too late, right? Okay. Here's the finished design. I think we covered up all of our mechanics, which is something that's stressed in design classes with Dustin, Donna, and Brian, to always cover your mechanics. I can't see any of my floral foam. And I think our cute little bird is perfect for spring. Placed on a mantle, coffee table, create a little vignette, maybe have a stack of books next to it. Another shorter candle. I think there's a lot of uses for this, and it's neutral. So it could, nature inspired. I think that this would appease a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Let me know how you think I did. And I'll see you next Sunday at 1:30. Okay? Thanks. Bye now.